Now we'll start the second topic in third module, that is the switching. The basic definition of the switching is it will forwards the packet from the source to the destination. Okay, so that is the what basic definition of the switching. So that is the eighth chapter. Okay, so next we'll discuss the some introduction part of the switch. Okay, so here in that the first point is the switch network consists of series of interlinked node that we have to call as a switches. Okay, so means here what happen, switch is nothing but here what, the interlinked device. Okay, so the switch network is nothing but it's a interlinked network or the interlinked device. So here each device we have to call as a switch. Okay, so that is what we have to call as a switch. Okay, consists of a series of interlinked node that we have to call as a switch. Okay, the switches are the device which is capable of creating the temporary connection between two or more devices linked to the switch. Means switch are create the temporary connection between the two devices, two or more devices. Okay, so here the switch are create. Okay, this particular switch one is create connection to the B and connection to the J. So these are, and also it create the connection to the A. Okay, so these all are the temporary connection. So the switch will create the temporary connection to the device. Okay, so here that is the second point. Switches are device capable of creating the temporary connection between the two or more devices linked to the switch. Okay, in the switch network, some of the switches are connected to end system. Okay, and other switches are used only for the routing. Okay, so here what happen, for example, if you want to transmit data from the device A to the device D. Okay, so here you need to transmit the data to the switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3. From switch 3 it will go to the device D. Okay, so here switch 1 and switch 3 are connected to the end device. Okay, switch 1 is connected to A, switch 3 is connected to device D, and here switch 2 is nothing but it is a intermediate device that is mainly used for the routing. Routing means it only forwards the data from switch 1 to the switch 3. Okay, means here two switches we have to connect it to the end device, that is a 1 and 3. Okay, and switch 2 we have to use for the routing. Okay, so that's why they have mentioned here. Okay, in the switch network, the sum of the switches are connected to the end system. Okay, and other switches we have to use it only for the routing. Okay, so that is the introduction part. Okay, so what is the introduction part here? This is the interlinked device that will create the switching network. Okay, in that switching network, each device we have to call as a switches. Okay, and some of the switches are connected to the end devices. Okay, and some of the switches we have to use for the routing purpose. Okay, and these switches are establish the temporary connection between the device. Okay, so that is what basic of the switching. Okay, so they have given the explanation of this figure. End system are labeled as A, B, C, D and so on. Okay, so these are all A, B, C, D, or we have to call as a end systems. Okay, and next the switches are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. Each switch are connected to the multiple links. Okay, so these 1, 2, 3, we have 4 we have to call as a switches. Okay, and each switch are connected to the multiple links. It connect B, A and J, multiple links. Okay, so this is the what basic of the switching network. Okay, and next we will move to the taxonomy of the switching network. Okay, so here there is three types of switching networks. So one is circuit switch network, packet switch network, message switch network. So this packet switch network we have again divided into the datagram networks and virtual circuit network. Okay, so in this syllabus they have only mentioned the circuit switch network. Okay, so in the syllabus they have mentioned the only circuit switch network and packet switch network. They have not mentioned the message switch network. Okay, so before going to the circuit switch network, we'll discuss the switching and TCP/IP layers. Means in this we will discuss the in which are the layer, okay, we have to use these switching networks. Okay, in which layer we have to use the circuit switch network, in which layer we have to use the packet switch network, and in which layer we have to use the message switch networks. Okay, so at the physical layer, okay, so at the physical layer we have to use the circuit switch. Okay, in the physical layer we have to use the circuit switching. Okay, and at the data link we have to use the packet switching network. So in the packet switching network we have to mainly use the virtual circuit approach. Okay, because virtual circuit is one of the type of the packet switching network. Okay, so in the data link layer we have to use the packet switching. In the packet switching mainly we have to use the virtual circuit approach in the data link layer. Okay, and third one is switching at the network layer. Okay, so at the network layer we have to mainly use the packet switching again. Okay, but here in the packet switching we have to use either a virtual circuit approach or the datagram approach. So the datagram approach and the virtual circuit approach, these are the two types of a packet switching. So any one of the approach we have to use in the network layer, but in the data link layer we have to use the only virtual circuit approach. Okay, and next is a switching at the application. So in the switching at the application we have to mainly use the message switching. Okay, the message switching means the communication at the layer is occurred by exchanging the message. Okay, so in this way we have to distribute the different types of a switching network into the different TCP/IP layers. At a physical layer we have to use the circuit switching, at the data link layer we have to use the packet switching. At the data link layer means we have to use the virtual circuit approach at the data link layer. Okay, and in the network layer we have to use the packet switching network. So in that packet switching network either we have to use the virtual circuit approach or the datagram approach, and in the application layer we have to use the message switching circuit. Okay, so in this way we have to distribute the switching networks into the different layers. Okay, so next we will start the first type, that is a circuit switched network. So what is a circuit switched network? So here the circuit switch network consists of a set of switches that are connected by the physical link. Okay, means here what is the meaning of this? Okay, so here the switches, this is the one switch, second switch, third switch and fourth switch. These switches are connected through the physical link. Okay, 4 physical links. Through that 4 physical links we have connected the switches. Okay, and next is a connection between the two stations is a dedicated path made of one or more links. Okay, so here the connection between the two stations, that is A is the one station and M is the one station. The connection between the A and B, okay, the connection between the A and M as it is a dedicated connection. Okay, the line which is showing that path. Okay, so this is a dedicated connection, so that will be made of a one or more link, means it will be passing through the one or a more link. Okay, so that how they are mentioned here. Okay, the connection between the two stations dedicated path made of one or a more link. However, each connection has used only one dedicated channel on the each link. Okay, so here each connection, okay, so this is a one connection, that is a path, okay, that only use the one channel from the each link. This is the one link, from this link it will use the one channel. Okay, and this is another link it is passing, so from this link it is use the one channel. Means here one link contains the many channels. Okay, so that's why whenever the connection, dedicated connection is happening between the two stations, okay, at that time it will use the one single channel from the each link, one single channel from the another link. Okay, so through that channel only it will sending the data from the source to the destination. Okay, so that is a what is the definition? That is each connection use only one dedicated channel on each link, and each link has normally divided into the channel by using the FDM and the frequency division multiplexing or the time division multiplexing. Okay, so here each link, okay, each link has divided into the n number of channels. Okay, so here I already told the each link here divided into the n number of a channel. That's why one link has contains the n channels through the frequency division multiplexing or the time division multiplexing. Okay, so this is a what definition of the circuit switch network. So circuit switch network is nothing but it is a consist of set of switches that is connected by the physical link. Okay, that has been connected by the physical link. Okay, and the connection between the two devices, okay, that is a connection between the two devices, okay, has been made of multiple links, that is a one link or the two link or the more than two link. Okay, and the device will select the one channel from the each link. Okay, because each link has been made of a n channel. Okay, so that is a basic of the circuit switching network. Okay, so next we will move to the second topic, that is in the circuit switching network three pages. Okay, so 3 pages means here we have to use the 3 pages to establish the connection between the two stations or the two devices. Okay, the first one is a setup page, data transfer page, and the tear down page. Okay, so here I will generally tell what is a setup page. Setup page means it will be establish the dedicated circuit between the two devices. That what we have to call as a setup page. Okay, and data transfer means through that particular path, that particular circuit, through that particular circuit, the source will send the data to the destination. Okay, and tear down page is nothing but what here. So once all transmission has been done, the connection will be terminated. Okay, so that is a what general definition or the general meaning of these 3 pages. Okay, now we will discuss detail. But the first one is a setup page. Okay, so setup phase in that first point is a dedicated circuit is nothing but the combination of a channels need to be established between the two parties. Okay, so here in the already told that the dedicated path should be established between the two devices. Okay, so whatever the dedicated path is there, it is nothing but the combination of the channels. Okay, how it will be established? Okay, the first what we have to do, the A must send the setup request to the M. Okay, how it will send the setup request? First it will send that request to the switch. That will send the first it will A will send the setup request to the switch 1. Okay, and after that switch 1 will after that the switch 1 will finds the a single channel from this, or it will discover the one single channel from this particular link. Okay, that I already told that one link contains the n channel, so switch 1 will find the one channel from that particular link. Okay, so through that link only the switch 1 will forward, or through that channel only the switch 1 will be forward that setup request to the switch 4. Okay, and after switch 4 has get the setup request, then switch 4 will find or discover the one single channel from this particular link. As a one link has a n channel, so it will find the one particular channel from this particular link. Okay, then the switch 4 will forward that setup request to the switch 3 through that particular channel. Okay, and the last one is a switch 4 it is. Okay, so in the switch 4 again it will forward that setup request to the final destination device M. Okay, if M is accept that request, then it will send the acknowledgement to the A in the reverse direction through the same path. Okay, once A has been received the acknowledgement, the connection will be established. Okay, so this is what setup phase. Okay, so understand what is the setup phase? Setup phase is first A will send the setup request to the switch 1, and switch 1 will finds the channel from the link. Okay, through that channel it will forward the setup request to the switch 4. Okay, and switch 4 again it will finds the channel from the this particular link. Okay, and switch 4 will forward that setup request to the switch that is switch 2. Okay, through that particular channel. Okay, and the switch 4 will forward that packet setup request to the final destination device. If M is accept that particular request, then it will send the then it will send the acknowledgement to the A. Once A has received the acknowledgement, the connection will be established. Okay, so this is a setup phase. Okay, and next one is a data transfer. So once the connection has been established, then you have to send the data from the source to the destination. Okay, and after that there is a tear down phase. Okay, so whenever the any one of the device is not want to continue the transmission, not want to continue the transmission through the dedicated path, then though that device will send the signal to the switches. Okay, then switch will release the resources. Resources means it will release the channels that is allocated for that particular connection. Okay, and also release the bandwidth that is allocated for that particular connection. Okay, so that is a termination of the connection. Okay, so these are the 3 pages. Okay, setup page, data transfer page, tear down page. Setup page means it will set up the connection between the 2 devices. Data transfer means it will transfer the data to the that particular connection. Tear down means it will terminate the connection between the 2 devices. Okay, and next we will discuss some of the terms. That is, the first one is a efficiency. Okay, whatever the efficiency, so in that the first is the circuit switch network are not efficient because the resources are allocated during the entire duration of the connection. These resources are unavailable to the other connection. Okay, so what is the meaning of that here? Because the what happened here, the resources are the resources are reserved for that particular connection. Okay, as already I told in this diagram. Okay, so the whatever the resource is reserved, okay, for the whole duration of that particular connection. Okay, if data is flowing through this connection, or data has not flowing through the connection, that these channels or the bandwidth has been available between the or that channels has been reserved for this particular connection. Okay, if the sometimes the data is not flowing, the particular connection has been idle. Okay, at that time any other connection is want to use this particular connection, then it is not allowed to use that not allow for the other connection to use this particular connection. Okay, so means the connection has been already reserved between the 2 devices. No other connection use this resource or the connection. Okay, so that's why there is no data has been available, simply that particular connection or the channel has been wasted or the bandwidth has been wasted. Okay, so that's why they are mentioned here the circuit switch network not efficient. Okay, because the resources are allocated during the entire duration of the connection, so these resources are unavailable to the other connection. Once the resources are allocated, that will be unavailable to the other connection. Okay, so that's why the efficiency of the circuit switch network has not a efficient one. Okay, and the delay in the this type of a network has been minimum. Okay, there is a minimum delay will be happen in the circuit switched network. Okay, so there is a why this particular delay has been occurred. The delay has been occurred due to the 3 reasons. One is the delay has been occurred at the setup page, that's whenever creating the connection, and the delay has been occurred at the transfer date, and delay has been occurred whenever to terminating the connection. Okay, so now we'll discuss how the delay will be occurred at the setup page or when you are to creating the connection. Okay, so here the delay caused by the setup phase or the create connection is the sum of 4 parts. Okay, whatever the delay at the setup phase, it is a sum of the 4 parts. It mainly contains the 4 parts. Okay, the first one is a propagation time of the source request. Okay, so what is the propagation time? Propagation time means amount of time the device A has been required, or the amount of time the source has been required to send the 1 bit of the request to the destination. Okay, so amount of time the source has been required to send the 1 bit of the request to the bit of a request to the destination. Okay, that what we have to call as a propagation time. Okay, so here this particular gray line. Okay, so this particular gray line. Okay, so here we have to sending the request through this particular gray line. We have to sending the request from A to B. Okay, so here propagation time can be indicated through the slope of this particular gray path. Okay, the slope of the gray path has been indicated the propagation time of the request. Okay, and next one is the request, the signal transfer. Okay, the request, the signal transfer time. Okay, means here what is the meaning of that is the transfer time is nothing but what amount of time the source A or the source has been required to place all the bits of request on the path. Amount of time the source has been required to place all the bits of the request on the path. Okay, so here that can be measured through the height, that is a height of this particular path. Okay, the height of this particular path. If the more height is there that path, then the less transmission time. If less height of the path, more transmission time. Okay, so these are the two terms. Okay, one is the propagation time and the transmission time. Propagation time is nothing but amount of time the source has been required to send the 1 bit from the source to destination. Transmission time is nothing but the amount of time the source has been required to place all the bit on the paths. Okay, here propagation time we have to measure through the slope. Okay, the slope of this particular gray path. Okay, and the transmission time we have to measure based on the height of the gray path. More height, less transmission time, less height, more transmission time. Okay, and the third part is the propagation time of the acknowledgement. Okay, the third point is the propagation time of the acknowledgement. Okay, so once the A send the request to the B will forward the acknowledgement through this second gray path. Okay, so here also there is a two terms. One is the propagation time of the acknowledgement, transmission time of the acknowledgement. That is the slope of this second gray path will be indicates the propagation time, and the height of this height of this second gray path has been indicates the transmission time of the acknowledgement from the destination. Okay, so here also whenever the B has forwarding the acknowledgement to the source, that is also include the two terms. One is the propagation time of the acknowledgement and the transmission time of the acknowledgement. Okay, so that's why it will contains the forward. One is a propagation time of the source request signal of the transfer time, and the propagation time of the acknowledgement, and the signal transfer time of the acknowledgement. Okay, the combination of these 4 parts we have to call as a delay at the setup page. Okay, so means once the acknowledgement has been received, the connection has been set up. Okay, so these combination of these 4 parts we have to call as a delay at the setup page. Okay, and next one is the next one is the delay due to the data. So what type of a delay has been occurred due to the data? So it will be consist of the 2 parts here. Okay, so the first part is the propagation time. Okay, so propagation time means this is this particular colored path we have to use for the data transfer. Here also it will include the 2 terms. One is the propagation time and the one is the transfer time. Propagation time is nothing but that is already told, that is slope, the slope of this particular data transfer. Okay, that is the slope of this particular plot, that is the propagation time. Okay, and the height of this particular path will indicate the transfer time. Okay, so because the data has been only moving in one direction here, because A is sending the data to the B is not sending any data to the A. Okay, so that's why to only include the propagation time of the data transfer from A to B and transmission time of the data from the A to B. Okay, so that's why they have mentioned here propagation time and the data transfer time. Propagation time is nothing but it is a slope of the colored box, and data transfer time is nothing but it is a height of the colored box. Okay, so this is a data transfer delay due to the data transfer. And the last one is that is a delay that is caused by the disconnecting the circuit is that is a delay caused by the disconnecting the circuit. Okay, so means here what happened, so whatever the delay how we need to disconnect the connection. If any one of the device is not interested to the continue the connection, at that time that device will be send the signal to the switches. Okay, so here what happened, the B is not interested to the continue the particular connection. Okay, so that's why it will send the signal through the some of the intermediate switches. Okay, it will send the signal to the intermediate switches. Okay, so here, so that will resource, that switch will be deallocate the resources. Okay, that is available for the connection, that is like a channel or the bandwidth that will be releases by the switches. Okay, so that will take the some more time. Okay, that time we have to call as a delay at the disconnecting the connection. Okay, so they are told that this particular slope here, okay, this slope, okay, dotted line that show that this particular distance we have to call as a, okay, this particular distance we have to call as a, it is a delay at the disconnecting phase. Okay, so these are the delays which are occur at the disconnecting phase. First delay which is occur at the connecting phase, this is a connection delay. Okay, next one is a data transfer delay. Okay, and next one is the disconnecting delay. The combination of these 3 delay we have to call as it is a total delay. Okay, delay at the setup phase or the creating the connection, or the delay at the data transfer, and the delay at the disconnecting the connection. The sum of all those we have to call as a total delay. Okay, so this is all about the circuit switched network. In the next video we will discuss the packet switching network.